What is going on, guys? It is your boy TK here, back again with another video, and we are back here not just a regular video, but Road to Part 2, our weekly series that goes over anything Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2. Mainly, when we're talking about Last of Us Part 2 today, as per usual, and I have my luxurious co-host, Starks. How you doing?
What's up? What's up? How's it going?
Doing good, Starks. I'd like to wish you a happy Outbreak Day. We are recording
Thank you.
September 26th, the big day of contention, Outbreak Day. As you know, lore-wise, this is the day 0 where the Cordyceps virus, the infection, spread throughout the world of Last of Us on this very day. So this is day 0 of Outbreak Day, and of course, Naughty Dog does a lot of cool stuff with Outbreak Day annually, and we have that to go over for Outbreak Day 2019. So. If you want, I can kind of take the floor first, and we can kind of go back and forth on bullet point to bullet point, if you like.
Sounds
that.
Good.
So this is, of course, the 7th anniversary of Outbreak Day, so pretty cool to get that going. And they line out here something that we don't have yet. So we do not have yet. So it says here that earlier this week, journalists from all over the globe had their first hands-on with Last of Us Part 2. Alongside their in-depth coverage and impressions, you can find the line right now. Today at 1 p.m. Pacific, we'll be releasing Last of Us Part 2 Inside the Demo, a special behind-the-scenes video where we'll showcase new footage and share more details about the story and gameplay featured in the 2 new demo levels. Watch PlayStation's YouTube channel and social feeds later today to check it out. So by the time that you all are hearing this will have already been live, but due to the nature of you know how me and Starks record Last of Us Part 2, Road to Part 2, and everything, we do not have access to this footage right now. I may, now that I think about it, it's at 1 p.m. I may do a separate stream on PlayStation Source reacting to Inside Demo, or I might do something like that. Probably not, but it's up if you want to check out that Inside the Demo. They announced it with Outbreak Day 2019. You can watch that right now on the PlayStation YouTube channel, but fortunately we don't have thoughts on it because it is not live currently as we're recording this. So that's all good. But Starks, tell me about the new PS4 theme and PlayStation Source sale.
Alrighty, so we get, like we normally do, a free PlayStation 4 system theme and PlayStation Store sale. Ooh, okay. So what's better than a new PlayStation 4 system theme for Outbreak Day? A free one. And keeping up with tradition, we've released our new The Last of Us Part 2 grunge theme, featuring animated effects, new art, and music from The Last of Us Part 2, and it's available now at the PlayStation Store for free. As an added bonus, all existing The Last of Us Part 2 PlayStation 4 system themes and avatars are 50% off from now until next Tuesday, October 1st.
That's cool.
It is.
That's cool. But I've never been one to cosplay, right? But
this does sound cool.
If you wanted to cosplay, I don't know if I could pull off a cosplay, Ellie, considering I have a beard. You know, I feel like that might be a difficult thing to overcome. But since announcing The Last of Us Part 2 nearly 3 years ago, we have been floored by the enthusiasm we've seen from the cosplay community. Week after week, fans from all over the world have shared photos of their meticulously crafted Ellie cosplay. As a token of our appreciation and to help aspiring cosplayers, we've created an extensive cosplay guide that features high-resolution renders and insights about every aspect of Ellie's character design, from her distinctive frayed work shirt to the style of her hair. It's available to download now via thelastofus.com/outbreakday. Be sure to share your cosplay fan art and other creations with us at nightdog.com/UGC. So you can looks like they have a guide where you can, try and get Ellie's look 10 out of 10, and
Absolutely.
Also what would probably work the best way is to get her bag as well with the Ellie edition of the game. So make sure to go check out that as well. So that's pretty cool right there. If you want cosplay, they give you a little guide for that.
Now, one of my favorite sections.
You were hyped for this one. You were very hyped.
Absolutely hyped because I actually clicked the link and I got there's actually more stuff. So we're talking about the gear. So new The Last of Us Part 2 gear. Of course, it wouldn't be Outbreak Day without new The Last of Us merch. PlayStation Gear Store has just launched a new collection of The Last of Us Part 2 items, including awesome new Ellie and Joel graphic tees, and a black on black The Last of Us Part 2 logo hat, which I don't like because you can't really see the Last of Us
Is it like
logo.
one of those hats where the
I'll
like
send you the
leathers? Okay, yeah. Like the leathers are the same color as the actual hat.
Yeah.
So you can
yeah,
barely
which
see.
I don't
Okay,
like.
see.
I don't like that
I don't
because
know.
you can't see it. But
I mean, I'm
the
not.
lineup also. Pardon?
I'm just not one to wear hats either, so I don't know if I'd ever
Really?
wear that.
Ah,
Yeah,
you
I
seem
don't
like a
know.
hat guy, dude. I
I'm
don't know why.
definitely not a hat guy. Most
I
definitely not.
wore my The Last of Us Part 2 shirt yesterday in school after the Tuesday showing,
Mhm.
and dude, I got so many compliments. Even my teacher was like, "Yo, that's a sick shirt."
Fire,
So,
fire.
which is pretty cool. But anyway, the lineup also includes a new The Last of Us Part 2 t-shirt, logo tee, and a Firefly logo hat, which I'm going to be buying. Best of all of the items introduced for Outbreak Day, as well as all the existing The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2 products at the PlayStation Gear Store are 20% off from today, September 26th, until Sunday, the 29th of September. So I'm going to be buying some of that,
Hell yeah.
which is cool.
Hell yeah. Save some money, get some memorabilia. But you could also get The Last of Us Part 2 limited edition statue and art book. So for the collectors out there, we've teamed up with our friends at Dark Horse to create a new limited edition The Last of Us Part 2 Ellie statue and the official art book for The Last of Us Part 2. Standing at 12 inches tall, this premium poly resin statue was designed by our own character artist, features Ellie standing with her bow at the ready. It's up for pre-order now via Dark Horse Direct and is expected to ship and is expected to ship in summer 2020. So you won't get this for another 6 months, unfortunately. But
Right.
this statue is fire. This statue looks better than the one that they're giving out for the collector's edition of the game, 100%. I like the statue a lot more. You feel me?
Yeah, same.
Wait,
Yeah.
is it the same one? Is it the same one?
No, it's not.
It's not,
the one
right?
in the collector's and the Ellie edition is her sitting down with the guitar.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Same with the guitar. Yeah, I like the bow one right here. That they're showing a lot more than that.
Way better.
But I would love the art book as well, cause oh man, I just love like looking at art from games. You know what I'm saying? I think it's really cool. But alongside the new limited edition Ellie statue, we're also excited to share the arts of The Last of Us Part 2 and exhaustive. Yep,
Exhaustive.
God, I'm such an idiot. Collection of hundreds of pieces of original concept art, character art, and more from The Last of Us Part 2. The art of The Last of Us Part 2 will be available for pre-order next Monday, September 30th, and will also release on March 3rd, 2020. So you won't get that for a few months, but those are pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that's hot. I normally don't you read art books and stuff, but the statue looks cool. But I went on the PlayStation Gear Store and they actually don't have it up yet, so I don't know what that is, but hopefully they'll update it. I'm sure they will by the time this goes live. But the next set of information we have here is to win or potentially win your Outbreak Day poster signed by the studio. Now this is pretty special. If you missed our limited edition The Last of Us Part 2 Outbreak Day posters from years past, don't worry. To coincide with The Last of Us Remastered joining the PlayStation Plus lineup for the month of October, next week we're kicking off a photo mode contest where you can enter for an opportunity to win a set of all 3 Outbreak Day posters signed by the development team here at Naughty Dog. Dude, I need to sign up. Beginning on October 1st, all you have to do is fire up The Last of Us Remastered, capture your photo mode masterpiece, and share it with us via naughtydog.com/UGC and include your name, address, and date of birth. Okay. For a chance to win. We'll be selecting one winner a week every Friday from October 4th to November 1st and featuring the winners on Naughty Dog's social media channels. The contest is open to fans who are 18 years or older and legal residents of the United States. Sorry, Kevin, but excluding Arizona.
Why? I don't get it. Why? All right, I'm sorry.
But no, it's all good. I
You can
feel your
carry on. I'm sorry,
frustration.
my bad.
Um,
I'm sorry.
but it's also available for Canadians, excluding Quebec. Void in Puerto Rico, all U.S. territories and possessions, or and overseas military, blah 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 blah, were prohibited or restricted by law. But anyways, on behalf of the entire studio, thank you all for your passion and support for The Last of Us and helping us celebrate Outbreak Day year in and year out. And follow us on blah 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 blah. And that's it. This was from Scott Lowe, by the way. I don't know if you mentioned that earlier. But yeah. Senior
Oh,
communications
I
manager.
didn't. But
Okay.
why? What is wrong with Arizona?
I don't know, man.
What's wrong with Arizona? You know
I'd
what I'm
say
saying? I don't
if
understand.
they excluded Florida, that would make sense.
Listen, Florida's crazy. All
Yeah, I
right,
know.
Florida, I can understand. Florida is legit not even remotely a part of the U.S. If I may. Like, Florida is wild, but that was that. Hope you all cop some really cool Outbreak Day stuff. If you do, tweet them at us. Let me know what y'all got. I'm very curious to see. But we have the next component here, which is we got some gameplay details revealed. Again, link in the description. We're going to talk about all the new stuff that they brought out in terms of what they showed today about the game. And there's a lot of neat things. It's broken up into nice little bullet points, so we'll kind of go through bullet point by bullet point. There's 11 bullet points we will kind of go through. I think we will skip the front portion of it. I think we'll just go straight into... Actually, no. I think we should read it. We should read it, though.
All right, here, I'm just getting the link now.
Yeah, if you may... Let me read the first few paragraphs, I guess, and then you can go to the bullet point after that. But, yeah, let me know when you're good.
I'm good.
You're
Perfect.
all good? Okay, beautiful. Ellie's story continues in The Last of Us Part 2, and I had lucky opportunity to... This is written by Tim Turry, the social media specialist at Sony. Ellie's story continues in Last of Us Part 2, and I had a lucky opportunity to reunite with her at a recent hands-on preview event. The demo revealed copious gameplay details from Ellie's improved mobility to new threats ranging from guard dogs to new evolutions of the infected. It also yielded a peek at the stunning visual enhancements Naughty Dog brings to the anticipated follow-up. The early portion of the demo features heartfelt story moments between Ellie and her companion, Dina. Ellie was already a multifaceted protagonist in the previous game, but now she's 19 and her age shows in the depth of her character. She and Dina exchange playful teases, search each other's eyes for signals, and dance around the topic of former lovers. My favorite moment between the two occurs when they enjoy a beautiful view of the Wyoming wilderness, and Ellie quietly curses to herself when she realizes she flubbed an opportunity to make a move. This is cool. Moments like these showcase Ellie's tenderness and vulnerability and reminds us of the little girl Joel fought to protect. Oh God, I love that. I love that so much. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the prospect of getting to know Ellie as a human in terms of like how we used to live. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I love like seeing the glimpses of not having to be a survivor, but for a second, like for a moment, just being a human, you know, and being a 19-year-old girl. That's great. Second half of the demo further showcases Ellie's violent side and the lengths she'll go to exact justice on those who hurt her loved ones. She faces a group of xenophobic survivors in Seattle who have captured Joel's brother. Wait, what?
Bro.
What? Why would they tell me that? Why would they tell me this? Okay.
Dude.
God damn it. Why would they tell me this? Okay. Who have captured Joel's brother, Tommy. Ellie ventures into an enemy territory to rescue him. Naughty Dog has gone through great lengths to convey that these enemies are people with lives and loved ones, not one-dimensional threats. Normally, sniping an enemy with a bow and arrow from considerable distances would come with some pride and relief. In Last of Us Part 2, it might be met by the shrieks of victims' loved ones yelling the deceased names in grief. Violence is sometimes necessary to survive and endure in this world, but it constantly weighed on my conscience.
Right. Okay.
Wow. Wait, that's
powerful.
thing.
So
Wow.
confused. Like
Wait,
they don't live in Seattle. They live in Wyoming. So
she faces a group of xenophobic survivors in
so
Seattle.
they're racist. They're racist survivors. Xenophobic mean they don't
Yeah,
like people from other. But I don't.
yeah.
Why would they capture Tommy?
Who have captured Joel's brother, Tommy. Why? What? That's such a odd. And what? Ellie ventures into enemy territory to rescue him. What? Dude.
Yeah, that's I don't
Dude,
understand.
what? Oh, wow. I was not expecting that.
Um,
Wow. So it looks
so
like we're going to go the long distances in this game as well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, absolutely.
Holy
So to
shit.
continue on, read on for an overview of the hands-on demos content, key gameplay details, which include Patrol. The first section of the preview I played was set within the snowy, abandoned town surrounding the survivors' hometown of Jackson, Wyoming. Snow crunches satisfying. Oh my god, satisfying. Oh my god.
Satisfying?
In a satisfying way, satisfyingly, yeah, underfoot and fierce winds make
Oh,
patterns across its surface, which sounds beautiful.
satisfyingly. That that's
Yeah,
very
satisfyingly.
awkward. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very awkward.
my
Yes.
apologies.
Yes.
A day in a life, a day in Ellie's life. Ellie's main job is to patrol the area surrounding Jackson. Earlier in the game, she rides horseback through the shattered, abandoned buildings in the wooded expanse, where she and Dina check for signs and deadly infected, dangerous marauders or survivors. The suburbs. The second section takes place in what remains of Seattle's Washington's Hillcrest neighborhood. The series' iconic overgrown aesthetic is well represented with lush green tree canopies shading a broken town road. Impressively rendered mist hangs heavily over the area and completes its authentic Pacific Northwest atmosphere.
You can read this
Meticulous
one, and then
detail.
yeah, yeah.
Pardon?
You can read that one, then
Yeah, and
I
then you
cannot
read.
take
Yeah,
the
yeah,
next
yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Meticulous detail. Naughty Dog elevates the of this grounded world to new heights. Your horse's muscle flex and jiggle as it gallops. Tall grass ripples and tree boughs or tree bows flex with the wind. Ellie contorts her face in intense focus as she silently takes down enemies. Upgrading weapons at a workbench rewards you with strikingly detailed animations like swapping out shotgun magazine. The authenticity is astounding.
Indeed, indeed it is. Yeah. And there's you should be seeing some gameplay on screen. I'm not 100% sure if I will be able to upload part 2 gameplay that were given to some people that were at the media event, but you may be firsthand seeing how detailed it is. And if I'm not posting the new gameplay, you know it from E3 2018. We saw
Yeah.
how in depth those animations are, how much work they're putting in, and that's going to carry over also to the workbench and everything. So it's a very interesting thing. So how do you feel? I guess before we get into my other stuff, like how do you feel about the aspects of like living Ellie's day-to-day life, like going on patrol and stuff like that, like
It makes up for a very grounded but less linear focused story. It's more like and I guess I can't make that description because I haven't seen the gameplay at hand. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that they're doing it like that almost makes it's on, which as we know was an open world game. And I know this game isn't open world necessarily at all, but it's very grounded in the way that it's almost like I wouldn't say it's not as restricted linear the way that the first game was, which is cool because and the fact that we get to see Ellie um you know uh do her daily tasks in the post-apocalyptic world is pretty interesting.
Right. I agree. And so far, my like favorite aspect is like getting to see Ellie, like I said before, like act more like a regular 19-year-old girl as opposed to a 19-year-old girl that has to survive and kill not freakers. God damn it, kill kill clickers and stuff like that. So let's move on. So we have Jump. Ellie is more limber than Joel ever was, players can now jump to reach high vantage points or cross small gaps. Don't expect to pounce haplessly victims like an assassin, but look forward to expanded freedom and new opportunities for traversal. This is gonna be really, really cool. I like this feature because it's something that at least I didn't anticipate, but I should have. Like Ellie is 19. Like she's gonna be able to move a lot more swifter, and that's gonna lend itself to a lot more smoother gameplay from that standpoint. So pretty cool to see that you will be able to jump and stuff like that, because obviously in the original Last of Us, you had to go to a specific area that you could be prompted to be able to lift yourself up, or move some stuff around to be able to jump on a certain elevation point. Now you'll be able to just jump at your own accord. So pretty cool to see that there.
Yeah.
Dodge. One of Ellie's most potent new abilities allows her to dodge incoming attacks. Incoming close quarters attacks. Step out of the way of survivors, axe swings, or slashing runners with a quick button tap. Dodging was especially handy when evading surprise stalker attacks. The new feature feels satisfying, empowering, but also necessary considering how enemies seem smarter and harder to predict. So pretty cool to see that we have this dodge mechanic that's a little bit more intuitive and seems to be spread out to a lot more enemies as opposed to just having it on certain stalkers. Unfortunate that as of this recording, we won't be able to use those in factions, but I digress. Crawl. Hit the deck. Ellie can now drop to the ground by holding circle. This is useful for quickly breaking line of sight with enemies, crawling through small passages, or keeping a low profile. The latter stealthily application is invaluable. Sinking through tall grass to get to the top on passing on passing enemies and evading pursuers is critical with The Last of Us Part 2's new analog stealth system. Hiding yourself in plain sight among tall grass is simultaneously liberating and harrowing, as blowing your cover could mean being fully exposed. Yeah, so I know I saw a GIF. I think you sent it to me, or I just saw on Twitter.
I retweeted a GIF of
That's
Ellie. What she does is she ducks very deep under the grass, and she's like aiming while under it, in the grass. That is so phenomenal.
It is cool. It is. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
I like how it looks. I like how that looks. But you can take the next few if you'd like.
All right, I will in a sec. I'm just gonna send you something really quick so you can watch that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no.
Watch it, dude.
But
anyways, I guess we'll provide context in a bit. But so anyways, as for the article, Ellie confronts a clicker. Okay, so new infected revealed. Shamblers are horrifying, walking pustule clusters that spray gaseous acid when they get near you and take a ton of damage. Once defeated, these festering threats explode with violent force. They're faster than they look and are awful to look at. Proceed with caution. Expanded abilities. Okay, so supplements can still be collected to unlock ability.
You missed one. You missed guard dogs. Tragedy. We can't.
No, you did crawl, and then I thought guard dogs. My apologies. I thought you were gonna finish that, and that. Sorry, I thought. My bad. Okay, so guard dogs, but don't get too comfortable crawling through the grass. Trained guard dogs are on patrol, which can follow your scent. Oh, dude, and chew up your well-laid plans. Activate listen mode to see your scent trail. Okay. Be careful when you take out a dog's handler, though, because solo canines are difficult to spot in the tall grass without their master walking next to them. Getting jumped by a dog is not only nerve-wracking and dangerous, it presents players with the moral choice of whether they flee or take it out. Naughty Dog confirms that you don't have to kill these animals to progress, and personally, based on the heavy heart following the demo, you're better off evading them. So back to expanded abilities, and then I'll do silencers, I guess, and then you can read the rest. So supplements, like I mentioned, can still be collected to unlock abilities. New to The Last of Us Part 2, players can choose from multiple skill upgrade paths to customize Ellie to their playstyle. Okay, I like the sound of that.
All right.
And it's almost like Days Gone. And we got to see just some of these in action. Survival focuses on improving health, expanding listen mode range, exactly like Days Gone, and throw distance. Crafting lets her create melee upgrades, add smoke to stun bombs, and increase her crafting speed. Stealth improves prone movement speed, speeds up stealth kills, and unlocks pistol silencers. I love the newfound choice to evolve Ellie's capabilities to my playstyle. Stealth worked great for him. So as for silencers, canisters are a new crafting material that let Ellie attach handmade suppressors to her semi-automatic pistol. This makes her sorry, this makes her next three shots dead silent, expanding Ellie's strategic options in the field. As a stealth-focused player, he found great relief upgrading his silencer's durability,
Hmm.
which is cool.
Interesting. So you can craft different attachments
Right.
for specifically
But using
sound.
canisters. Well,
Yeah,
because it's a
using
new
canisters.
crafting material, so it allows you to, I guess, whatever canisters you pick up, it allows you to craft certain suppressors on your guns.
Right, and then you can upgrade the durability of it, of how long it breaks
Mm-hmm.
down. I see. Interesting. Interesting.
So,
How do you?
yeah.
So we just got a new infected revealed, Shamblers, which I believe is what
Mm,
we saw in the trailer.
right.
They spray g- gaseous acid when they get near you,
Oh, sorry, I
and
said
take a ton of.
gaseous. My bad. So gaseous,
I think it might be
gaseous,
gaseous.
whatever,
I'm not really
whatever
sure.
it is.
Yeah. So interesting. So they spray gas. Once defeated, they're festering. It sounds like a bloater though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, they're more faster, and so yeah, I guess they do. Hold on, let me read it again.
like yeah. Can you read the description? Because like it definitely
So
sounds to me more
new
like.
infected revealed. Shamblers are horrifying, walking pustule clusters that spray gaseous acid when they get near you. So I guess the difference is because I think the bloaters can throw it from far. This is more if you want to get up close, you're gonna have to utilize your space accordingly. Otherwise, they're gonna throw some acid on you, which takes up a lot of damage. Once defeated, these festering threats explode with violent force. They're faster than they look and are awful to look at. So I guess they're more horrifying, like the person said,
Right.
and are quicker.
Right. Right. It does sound pretty cool though. It does
Yeah.
sound like a really really cool infected. It does sound really cool.
Absolutely.
Do you like the expanded abilities? I just want to kind of just like get like how we're feeling about this news about the game, because like this is straight up
It all
new
sounds
info. Yeah.
it all sounds very immersive, very cool, very awesome. It's gonna expand Naughty Dog's ability to make great games. I'm just really bummed out with the fact that this won't be implemented in multiplayer straight away.
Man.
Because people are saying that we might still get multiplayer, but later, which I think is going to be the case. But if we don't end up getting multiplayer, it's like, wow, they missed out in a huge opportunity
Yeah. Yeah.
based off of this.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. So, I like the expanded abilities. You know what I'm saying? How you can choose multiple skill upgrade paths.
Yeah.
So like looks like there's like a survival one that focuses on improving health, expanding listen mode, throw distance, all that stuff. Crafting lets her melee upgrades and use stun bombs and increases her crafting speed. And stealth, which improves her movement speed in terms of being prone and speeds up stealth kills and unlocks pistol silencers and stuff like that. So I like how they're kind of like diversifying that, and that's kind of the end of it. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess yeah, I mean I guess I kind of rounds it out. And sorry. Go ahead.
There's a little bit piece at the end I'll read. So this hard hitting sequel gameplay of the original and expands players tactical options at every turn, which I guess is what we basically said. New threats and smarter enemies elevate the challenge to meet Ellie's enhanced range of abilities, so you'll need to learn new tricks to survive in an unforgiving world. This reminds me very reminiscent of one God of War, 2 Days Gone, as well as yeah, that's it. I was gonna say something else to be honest, but
like, yeah, that's
I
about
forgot
it.
though. The weight of my violence actions in the demo stuck with me just as long as my awe at the jaw-dropping world Naughty Dog is creating. Discover what the future holds for an older, wiser, and more dangerous Ellie when The Last of Us Part 2 comes out to PlayStation 4 and Pro February 21st, 2020. So yeah.
Last of Us.
Part 2.
I think now, I know we haven't really seen the gameplay yet, right? But now I feel like it's a good time to, I don't know. I mean, where do you want to go? Do you want to watch the gameplay right now? Do we want to transition this to like a video part of the episode where we react to gameplay?
I was on IGN, but they're talking, and that's for 14 minutes. So no way I'm gonna watch that.
We could just mute it, you know. Because all I need to see is the gameplay. I mean, but I also want to hear audio. You know what I'm saying? But I guess if we don't, it's all good. You know, I'm sure there has been new gameplay showing right now on the screen, but it is looking really nice. The game is looking really good, and it looks like it's going to also retain that like same type of feel. Obviously, I haven't played it, but it looks like from the gifs I've seen and the different gameplay segments I've seen that it looks like they are definitely going to keep true to that Last of Us feel of it.
Nature,
of it having that like gruesome, very
brutal, intense,
gruesome, brutal, intense. Feeling. Yeah, exactly. Like,
and it elevates it to the core, and it looks like it. Like, I picture The Last of Us Part 2 to be like Uncharted 4 was amazing, right? And just look at the detail and just the gameplay from that. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy, dude.
It's looking good to me. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that you know, it all comes together, and I'm pretty sure it will. But I guess, you know, I mean, if you don't have anything else to say, I guess we can. Well, I guess we can look at some other. I would like to read the last bits of some outlets' opinions on Last of Us Part 2, if I may. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm gonna pull these up and read just the last paragraph, not anything else from what they've said, but kind of like the last. So this is from IGN. This is written also by Jonathan Dornbush, who also is a host on PlayStation's IGN podcast Beyond. So shout out to him. So, my little over 2 hours with Last of Us Part 2 were engrossing, challenging, intriguing. Wait, wow, let me start over. My little over 2 hours with Last of Us Part 2 were engrossing, challenging, intriguing glimpses at what Naughty Dog is crafting. I'm one of many who when a sequel was first announced, felt it was unnecessary. Christian also has that opinion, at least at first. But given what I played, it's clear Naughty Dog has evolved its systems in complex, fascinating ways that have already, and I hope continue, to allow for uniquely tense scenarios. The world feels larger both on an exploration and narrative level, and I can't wait to learn more. And this really did feel like a small glimpse, and it was a glimpse that indicated Ellie and Joel's continued story is going to be one enthralling adventure. Then I'll read Kotaku's as well. Let's see, what was a good one. Okay, I love seeing more women protagonists. Quote, she said. I think it's wonderful. Wait, this is out of the who is saying this? You know what? I'm not gonna read that one. I'm not gonna read that one because it's weird. Wait. I don't know who he's quoting. Is it an interview? Is it a, you know? There's a Kotaku thing. Y'all can read it. It's all good. But I guess I'd like to ask you in a bit of closing, Starks. You know, what is the best part of the breakdown that PlayStation provided us of different key things about the game? Like, what has you most intrigued?
What has me most intrigued beyond anything would be the story as well as gameplay. I'm like, a part of me is in my head, like, I'm terrified to actually pick up the game because I'm scared this game's gonna be fucking scary and fucking hard. Because listen, I played Uncharted 4 on hard the first time, which part of
Damn.
me
Damn,
was not a
son.
good idea.
Oh,
Like it took me way
yikes.
too long to beat. I mean, I beat it within a week, but still, like I was fucking great. Like it was a hard game, right? And obviously, this game looks even more harder, more scarier, more challenging. And I want to play the game. I want to have some challenge the first time round. But in my head, I'm like, because I know if I play it on normal, I'm not gonna want to play it on hard again, or hard at all, because it's just not me. I like doing it the first round time. So I'm intrigued to see the gameplay, how it feels. First of all, multiplayer details, because I want a confirmation, as well as story. I'm very intrigued. Like, okay, we have Tommy getting uh, Tommy
Captured.
being captured. You know what
Yeah.
I think? Tommy
What?
gets captured. Just a little prediction. Tommy gets
Right.
captured, and the same redneck people, xenophobic people, they come after Ellie and Dina, or they see them on a run, and that's what elevates the story even more.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe, I don't know,
I just did not anticipate them giving us that detail.
that
You
detail,
know?
which has me to believe it's not significant.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
that has to be
but
what it is,
but
right?
then there was a tweet by, I think, Naughty Dog or Game Radar or somebody. They were like, everything that Naughty Dog shows us. No, it was 24 video game 24,
Mm-hmm.
24/7. Everything that Naughty Dog shows us, trailer wise and gameplay wise, is very specific to the story. So maybe Tommy's capture does elevate the story's progression a lot more than what you and I might think, which to me is like, okay, well then that's like a plot detail that I think we were better off going into without noting
Right.
or knowing about.
Right.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Very, very interesting.
I think one of my good things I'm definitely looking forward to from the breakdown that we got is definitely the gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Number like cause that like the way Last of Us plays, right? It I feel like Last of Us addressed a big complaint with the Uncharted trilogy, right? Of Naughty Dog games like not having like the like main, and I don't mean this that hard. Just let me speak and I will say the case, right? Like
Okay.
generally speaking, right? Especially in the Uncharted games, right? A lot of people like don't see the gameplay as like the main focal point. You know what I'm saying? Like, they definitely view it as more of just action
Fun.
set piece. You
Yeah.
know, like a
No, a lot of
fun
people say that. You're right.
adventure game. Yeah, like the you don't need to be a very skilled person to play Uncharted. Is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the multiplayer of Uncharted. It's like talking about the main story. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't require the player to really be good at the gameplay mechanics. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but with The Last of Us, it definitely was different in terms of like, yo, like there is a level of skill that you have to attain to be able to play through The Last of Us story. Not a
enough.
not a huge level of skill,
Substantial,
but
yeah.
I think it's safe to say a little bit more skill to play through Last of Us as opposed to Uncharted. You know what I'm saying? Now, how high that disparity is up to opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, generally speaking, I believe that it is a little bit more difficult to play Last of Us as opposed to playing Uncharted, right? So, and that was met through gameplay refinements and introducing new and challenging gameplay mechanics within Last of Us that I love, right? So, hearing about more mechanics about how now you can kind of like upgrade your skills based off how you want to play your playstyle. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds a little bit like a choose your own skill tree, which I don't think is what they definitively said, but they're just different avenues that you can take in terms of upgrading your skills. You can jump now, so that makes you more agile and stuff like that. You can go fully prone and do different moves like that, and you still have your ability to shoot your bow and arrow, or I'm assuming weapons that are silenced. In that prone animation, you can now dodge as well, and a more granular standpoint, as opposed to just dodging some specific enemies. Now you can dodge in a more granular standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of cool things that they're adding, and they're making the game a little bit more fluid from what it sounds like. That will be really really cool to play. You know, like
Yeah.
that's my main thing, is that like I'm looking for a very good gameplay, and Last of Us has good gameplay, and Part 2 seems to be just building upon that. and making it a lot more
Okay.
better. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I like the sound of that.
absolutely, absolutely. But do you have any closing?
Phenomenal episode.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot here. Happy Outbreak Day as well. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Oh, happy pre or post because
posts.
yeah.
As of this recording, it's Outbreak Day. But who knows when you? Cause nah, I'll upload this next week. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. It's alright. But or should we upload it a little bit earlier?
I personally think we should upload it a little earlier, like tomorrow or something. But up to you, brother.
Hmm.
Because I feel like all the information is kind of relevant to
When does
the
the
Outbreak Day.
Outbreak Day sale end? Well, I mean, then that means we gotta do something for next week. I mean,
Well, I
gotta.
mean, we could do. I mean, we could just not. And we could just.
Do we we'll figure something out because I'm trying to see until Sunday. Damn, until Sunday. Shit. So a lot of it's kind of well, at least the sales. I'm looking at if you can get a lot of this stuff now until October 1st. Yeah, that'll be after. Yeah, seems like a lot of stuff is very very tentatively broken down. Maybe we break this up into two different parts. Maybe I upload the Outbreak Day portion of this episode early, and then the Last of Us Part 2 version of this podcast, Part 2 of this, will be the new gameplay details, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Perhaps that could be a good thing. Or perhaps just upload the full thing and we'll figure out next week's episode at a later date. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
There's been a lot of Last of Us news and just having to schedule these, and make it all make sense. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
you know what? We will figure it out in post. Starks, where can people find you?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Starks, and you can find me on Twitter and YouTube. Secondly, if you're watching this still, we appreciate you and your view, your contribution to I don't know what I just said, but we appreciate your viewing. And yeah, how about you, sir?
You can follow me at the KDS123, at THEKDIS123. Follow me on there for all of my music opinions, Last of Us opinions, gaming opinions, all the good stuff. Make sure to follow me on that, as well as keep it locked here on youtube.com/PlayStationSource, where you can follow us and all of our weekly content in terms of Cross Circle Podcast, as well as Road to Part 2, this series, which you can listen to on youtube.com every Wednesday, or on your favorite podcast services. So that could be Google Play Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, all the good stuff. You can search the PlayStation Source podcast feed and be able to find all of our long-form content in audio format. So make sure to like the video if you enjoyed that, as well as hit subscribe to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Thank you for watching, and as always,
Greatness waits.